my name is Christine Brock. I am a Young Living educator and business leader, as well as a health systemics wellness advocate. Today, I am going to do my most asked question, which is a video on what do I use for my deodorant? How do I make my deodorant? What do I put in my deodorant? Etc., etc., etc. So, let's start with the basics. There are 3 ingredients to the deodorant, 3 basic ingredients. We have a 1/4 cup of baking soda, a 1/4 cup of arrowroot powder, and a 1/4 cup of unrefined, virgin, organic coconut oil. Sometimes folks ask me, why do I use arrowroot powder as opposed to cornstarch? Well, one, cornstarch, it's very hard to find a non-GMO cornstarch, and 2, arrowroot powder acts as a very mild, natural antiperspirant, very mild. So if you're, walk from your car, which was air conditioned, through the parking lot to the store, you probably won't break into a stinky sweat. But if you're working out, it's not going to stop you from sweating. So it's a great natural, very mild antiperspirant, and because it's not genetically modified, I feel a little more comfortable putting that on my body. So what I do first depends on the weather. I know that sounds weird, but coconut oil can be a little hard to work with in the winter time. Some folks ask, do I melt the coconut oil? No. And the reason why I don't melt it is I feel like, and I haven't scientifically proven this yet, but I feel like when it's melted and then it dries, it gets gritty. And I don't want to feel like I'm using sandpaper on my underarms. So I'm not going to melt this. What I say is I muscle mix it. I just use traditional mixing methods to mix it all together. So if it's the winter time, what I'll do is I will put the coconut oil in my bowl and I'll get it started hand mixing it so that when I add the other ingredients, it's already ready to receive it. It's not a big hard block. And what I'll do in that case is I will actually do 2 bowls. I will put the dry ingredients in one bowl and mix it, and then I will put the coconut oil in another bowl and mix it, and then add the 2 together in the coconut oil bowl. Because it's warmer weather and my coconut oil is pretty soft, what I'm going to do is put the arrowroot powder in my bowl, and I'm going to put the baking soda in my bowl. Now, why am I doing this? Well, I really want to make sure that my arrowroot powder and my baking soda are well mixed. The baking soda helps with odor control, and the arrowroot powder helps with dryness control. So what I don't want is to end up with a clump that's all one or the other. I have had some folks tell me baking soda really, hurts me. If you tend to react to baking soda, you can use less of it and use more arrowroot powder instead, or leave it out altogether, but you have to adjust the quantities. So if you leave out the baking soda altogether, that means you would use half of the other ingredients. So once I mix up my baking soda and my arrowroot powder, like I said, typically in another bowl, I would be getting my softened, my coconut oil softened, but this is really soft as is. So I'm going to spoon this into my mixture. And I'm going to mix it. Now this is the tricky part, because if you look at it, there really isn't a whole lot of coconut oil for the arrowroot powder and the baking soda. And it takes a little bit to mix. And you need to be consistent about really just working it through. Go ahead and stick your finger in there if you want, or use another spoon. I don't have a problem sticking my finger in there. But if you're a classically trained chemist and you think your finger might contaminate the mixture, then go ahead and use another spoon. But what you really want to do is work that coconut oil into all of the ingredients. The first stage will be like completely not mixed. The second stage will look like a clumpy paste. And then when you finally get to where it looks more like a thick cream, that's when you know you're done mixing it. And you know, for the purposes of this video, I'll continue to mix it so you can just see it. It doesn't take really all that long, but you do need to mix it. If you don't want to muscle mix it, I have had folks ask, can I use a hand mixer? I wouldn't recommend it because I'm concerned that you might put some air into it. The goal is not to make this thing fluffy, but to make it into a solid, consistent paste cream. I know some folks refer to it as a paste. Okay, it's getting there. When you get to the right texture, the next thing you want to do is add some scent to it. I am a big Young Living fan, and what I like to use is Young Living Purification. The reason why I like Purification so much is that it has some really great properties to it. So when I would make this with individuals, like individual oils, I would use like a citronella for deodorizing effect, and I would use a tea tree for some of its benefits, and some lavender because of the skin conditioning. Well, the nice benefit about Purification is it has those three in it. So I really like it. It also has lemongrass and a few other oils in the blend that I really enjoy. Okay, so for this mixture, you would put in about 18 to 20 drops of oil. And I use pretty much about 18. So, Young Living Purification. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So once you put your oil in, make sure as you're adding your oil that you are spreading it around. Now, I happen to think that this oil is just really great. One of the things that Purification is known now is to get the stink out oil. That's the main reason why I use it. We put drops of it on our wool dryer balls. We use it in deodorizing spray. We'll use it in our diffuser after we cook something that has a really strong scent that we want to eliminate. And voila, there is your deodorant. Now the next step is to find a 4-ounce glass jar, not plastic. We do not want to be putting oils in plastic, and that includes cooking oils. So I have a whole bunch of these 4-ounce baby food jars laying around, but you can also purchase a 4-ounce glass jar or larger to hold it. The final step is to spoon your creation into the jar, label it. If you're like me and you're making a number of creations and putting them in all similar looking jars, you may want to label them so that you don't end up, you know, using your deodorant for toothpaste. Yeah, I've done that. I don't recommend it. So once you get your creation in the jar, cap it off, label it if you like, and you're ready to go. So how do you use this stuff? Well, I only use a small pea-size amount on each underarm, and I will tell you that I am a self-proclaimed stinky person, and I just think this stuff is amazing. I have not had a stinky session in a long time, and I just think it's a really great blend. I used to use the types of deodorants that are high in toxins, aluminum, propylene glycol, and some other things that you just don't want to be putting on your body. And I would still not smell good with those. And I honestly have not had a stinky day since using this. And I apply it first thing in the morning after my shower, and then last thing at night before I go to bed, just because I like to smell good in the evening as well. So if you like this video, please subscribe and check out some of the other videos and give it a thumbs up. Have a great day. Thank you.